Hello everyone, so welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shan Boharia and today I am going to teach you about the Linux basics commands. As you all know that Linux is basically an operating system which we use to create some files and etc stuff. So before we start the Linux, I would like to introduce you with the operating system and the basic shell. So let's just start with the overview of OS architecture. So here we have the operating system architecture. So in the diagram you can see there are some software, hardware and the operating system. Basically operating system comes under the software. So just like that, you can see that in the hardware it includes the CPU, memory and hard drive. In operating system there can be many types of operating system. For example, Linux itself is an operating system. I am using the Windows currently right now, and if you purchase the Apple product or something else, so it would be have the Mac OS or iOS, and same as for the Android also. So these are the operating system of your devices. So Linux is also widely used operating system in the world, and Linux itself has some different kind of communities like RedHat, Ubuntu. I personally use the RedHat, and in which I'm going to teach you about the Linux in my RedHat Linux. The most used is the Ubuntu. So basically nothing different between them. It's like they all have their own features. So they have created some new features apart from the Linux. So they have become now communities, some different kind of. So yeah, this was the about the Linux and all those. So in the diagram I would like to show you something that in this you can see that there are user 1, user 2 and the n number of users. So these are the basically us, user 1, user 2, and we directly interact with the software. So in the software we have the operating system and the system softwares and application software. So these both things connects with the operating system. Now basically what operating system does, it basically directly communicate with the hardware part, right? So as I told that hardware include the CPU, the RAM and the input output. So these are the components of the hardware, and it all goes through with the operating system. So like this was about the architecture. Now moving on the next page, we can see that we have the Linux operating systems diagram. So this shows the hardware, the kernel. So what is the actually kernel? So kernel is like a core component of an operating system. It is responsible for managing the system resources, providing external services and acting as a bridge between the application. So let me show you some terminal of the Red Hat. So this is my Red Hat Linux, and I should put the password first. Okay, so maybe it is incorrect. Let me put it again. Yeah, so now you can see this is the Linux terminal. It is specially for it is a terminal of Red Hat Linux. I can write the command just like this, and these are the commands which are already written. So yeah, this is how the Red Hat Linux looks like. So let's move on the next thing. So our next thing is about the shell. So shell, let me tell you about what is shell actually. So shell is basically scripting of Linux commands. Like for example, if you have multiple Linux commands and you want to execute those in the one time, so basically what you can do, you can create a script of those commands and you can use it in your further in the future. So shell has its own types. So basically shell has these two types. One is the bonus shell, which is denoted as a dollar. In it has the sub part, which is a POSIX shell, which is also denoted as a SH, the corn shell, and the Borne again shell, which is also denoted as a bash. Now the second part is the C shell, which is denoted as a percentage. And now we're moving on the what is the shell scripting. So basically as I told that it is writing a series of a command for the shell to execute. Yeah, this thing I already told you about in the previous slide, that what is a shell. So it is also a series of a command, you can say in other words, to write a series of command into the shell so we can execute at any time. So like you know like the command like ls, cd. So don't worry, I will teach you this command in further slides. So the thing is that why we need to write the shell scripting. So it can combine the lengthy and the repetitive sequences of a commands into a single and a simple script, which can be stored and execute anytime. This reduces the effort required by the end user. Yeah, of course, because it can reduce your time. Rather than writing the whole command in single time, you can just directly put those things. So these are the shell basics: command to run, option to adjust the behavior of the command, and arguments, which are typically targets to the location. And so how should I write these shell basics? So these are the basic structure. You can see first one is should be the command, the second one should be the options, and the third one your arguments. So basically you can see that wc, which is the command, and -l and the file, those are the options and arguments. So let me tell you something about this wc command. So basically this wc is a Linux command, which is like also called as the short form of word count. So basically what it does, it is basically count all those lines and words and characters of a file which you will give the name. Yeah, so right now we are now moving on the basics commands. So you can see these are some of the basics commands of the Linux, which I'm going to demonstrate in my Linux terminal right just now. So let's just get started. Let's first move on with the terminal. So as you can see, this is my Linux terminal, which is in the RedHat. If you are using the Ubuntu, then it would be something different. The desktop should be like something different. So I have the RedHat, so it is look like this. So first of all, with the basic command I will show you, which is a clear. So you can see that these were the commands which are already written, and after entering on the clear, you can see like all those commands which I written already will clear from the screen, so your screen can look more clear. So now I will show you like how to open the terminal. You can see you can click on the activities and all those things, and you can directly search the terminal in here. So you can find out the terminal if you are using the RedHat. If you are, because my RedHat I have already in on a desktop, so that's why I directly open it. So yeah, this was about how to find the terminal in the Linux. Yeah, so now moving on some of the commands. So before I start, I would like to say a basic command, which is like most easiest command and most important for us, and because that command basically use the mode most. So to create actually the mode folder, so the command is this mkdir, and you have to put just the file name whichever you want to create. But before I create this mkdir, I would like to tell you about this, what is this Shan and the Shanu Linux. So basically this is my root user, and this is my root name of this Linux. So like when you create a directory, and the directory should be like in your name, which is included in your folder, right? So yeah, but before I do this, I would like to do this one command, which is an ls command. So I had written the ls command. So after this command, what basically these commands do, this basically lists the files and the directories in the current directory, which is, so right now I am not in any kind of directory, so that's why it showed me this kind of all those available folders here. Let me show you my files. When I open this file, you can see that those are the documents and downloads in my home directory, right? So that's why when I type the ls command, so it shows all those document downloads and all those kind of pictures which I had in my actual files. So this is the use of this ls command, which basically list all the files. So yeah, this was the about the ls command. So now let me show you the another command, which is my mkdir. So basically what it do, it basically creates the folder. So I create a folder with my Linux name. So when I write this command and it is executed without any error, so it has been created already. And let me show you through my ls command. So when I type the ls command, you can see that Linux is already created here. You can see the just besides the file one. So yeah, this is how my file is created. I can see by using the mkdir command. So basically mkdir command is used to create a directory in and in the directory you can create those different files. But rather than creating from that, I can also create that manually by clicking the right click and the new folder, and I can write with a new name. I will just write something new name, so it shouldn't be same. I will type Linux new. Yeah, so you can see like I had created a file which is a manually with a different name, and one file Linux which I had created by my commands, which is the mkdir. So like this is how you can create those files as per your need. And yeah, in the those files, like this is how you create in the terminal with giving the name. You can also create a multiple files by just writing those commands with more etc commas. So after the command ls, you can see that linux new is visible here because I had created manually, so it is also showing those files also. So yeah, you can create this kind of a multiple file at the same time after putting the mkdir, and you can just type those folder name. Now I will type a new command which is a cd, and this cd command, basically what it shows, it is like a current directory, right? So cd is basically used to redirect you from another from your current directory to redirect the another directory. For example, I can say like I want to move on the linux, I want to open those folder, so I should write the cd then my folder name which is a linux, and you can see like it has more redirected me to the linux file. Now sorry, I mean folder. Now what I will do, what if I want to go to the another directory, right? So I had written from the another directory name, but it is showing me the error. The reason behind the error is because I am already in a directory, and if I want to move from the another directory, then I need to back out from the current directory. Means I am in the linux directory. First of all, I will write the cd only so that I can come out from the linux. So now right now I am again came out from the linux to my root directory. Now only I can redirect from another directory after typing this cd, then my new file name which is a linux new. So I will write the directory cd linux new, and yeah, you can now see that I am now in the linux new directory. So this is my new current directory. So now you can understand that why we can't directly goes from one current directory to another. We should move into the home directory, then we can move there. So I will just directly move on from this, and I will move on the linux directory right now because I want to do some experiment for that. And so yeah, right now I will another command which is a touch command. So basically touch command, what it does, it basically creates a file for your directory. So for example, I had written the touch, so it will create a file in my linux directory. For example, I am giving the name test. So basically test is a normal file. It will be create a text file by default if you haven't given any kind of extension. So yeah, it is executed. You can see there is no error after entering the command. So I will show you in the files in my linux folder because I had created in my linux directory. So you can see as like I had created the test file with using the touch command. You can see this is my text file, a normal text file just like the others. So yeah, I can open those file and it will be empty because I haven't write any kind of content in this file. So yeah, you can see like this is my empty file touch which has created by the command touch. You can do whatever you can write in this file. You can also manipulate if you want to do that in this file. So like I will just write something in here. Now I will save that and I will just move on my terminal. So this was the about the creating a file in a directory with using the touch command, and it is very simple. You can directly also do that manually also, but this is how you can use the command if you don't want to do that manually. So this was the about my touch command. Now the if you want to like see that is it there, so you can do the ls commands. You can check whether it is there or not. So yeah, you can see like there it is showing me that there is the one file created which is the name of the test because I had written the ls command. Now the other thing which I am going to show you. So our next command which I will write, it is, now this was the our basic command which is a date command. So it basically shows you the current time of your system in your linux actually. So basically in my linux it is showing the 10:43 and 20 seconds. So this is my basic current time. So it displays the current date and time, and the thursday is the day, june it was our month, and 2023 is the year. So basically it shows the time from your system. So this is my basic command which was a date command. Now moving on the other command which is the man. So basically this man command is a short form of a manual. It is used to display the manual pages for various commands. It provides the detailed information about the command usage, options, and the examples. So I can say like it is a manual. For example, if you are purchasing something from Amazon and Flipkart, some kind of stuff like mechanical or machinery stuff, so with that machinery stuff you get a manual book. So the manual book, it is a use for to it is actually guidance of your how to use the machinery or the thing which you have purchased. So just like that, Linux has its own manual book. So you just need to type this man command, and after that you can just give any name of your command which you want to know about the description. For example, I had given the ls, and after entering it shows me the manual of the ls. So it shows that list directory contents, the syntax of what is how does the ls work, and the description that lists information about the files, the current directory by default. So this is how you can directly choose understand about how your commands. If you don't know about it, you can just directly put the man command and space your command name. So you can just quiet it by pressing the q after in the manual. If you want to know about some other command, you can also see there. For example, the cd command. So it shows that this manual page about the cd, the name and the about the content. So if you press the h, you can see like this is something different thing. You can directly see it shows that some different cursors, process and all those stuff. Like for example, if you are editing some file, which I will show you just later after this. So this is about some other stuff. You can also check it out. You can just directly press a q for quiet. Now moving on the next command, which I will show you just right now. So our next command is about the cat. So what does this cat basically do? It is a short form of concatenate. It is used to display the content of one or more files in the terminal, and it can be used to create, combine or append the files. So yeah, this is about the cat. So basically I can say that if you have the content in your file, right? So if you want to display the content the file in your terminal, so basically you just have to write this command and you can directly display the content which is present in your file. So let me just put some content in my file first. So I will just put some content in my existable file. So yeah, this is the file which I already created by the command. So I will write some kind of a thing here, so I can just show you and display you what is it. I can't zoom it this right now, but okay, let's just do something. Let's just write it. It will be show display in the terminal. So I have just written my name and something about myself. Yeah, so here now I am right now saving this which I had written in the content. So this is my content which will be displayed in my terminal. So I will just give the name of the file which I have written this all kind of thing. So first of all, I should have moved to the my directory, because right now I am in my root directory. So I just need to first move to my the directory in which this file is there. So this file was created in under the Linux directory. So first of all, I will write the command cd then Linux. So it will be redirected me to the Linux folder. In the Linux folder, I had the file with the name of test. So I will just write the command cat and I will write the name of the file. So yeah, you can see like the content which I had written in my test file manually, it has been displayed in my terminal. So this is how you can directly display the content whichever you have written in your file. You can see the same content is been displayed in the terminal. So this is how you can display the content of your file with helping the command of this cat. So yeah, it is like a very useful, but you can't edit it right now because it is just to display only. But if you want to edit this, you can use the command less, which I am going to show you just right now. So this is the main difference between the cat and the less, that basically the less command is used to edit something in the current file which you want to edit the content or something right into it. So you can use that command, and I will just show you the less command. So yeah, so a less command is what? A command line pager that allows you to view and navigate through the contents of a file. So it is actually similar to more, but provides the additional functionality like backward scrolling, upward scrolling, etc. So right now it is showing me the content of the file, and it gives me the cursor. So the cursor basically used to edit the and something edit if I want to manipulate in this kind of content. So I will do that. But before I try to edit anything, you have to remember one thing. After writing the less command, we have to move into the visual mode, right? So because like in this text editor I had written this content, now I had displayed in the terminal. Now after writing this less command, it shows me the content which I need to edit it. So in this PDF you can see that we have some kind of a controls in vim and their function. So first of all, you can see like these are some of the functions, like I basically used to enter the insert mode where we can edit text out of the file. The escape keyword is basically used to escape the command from there. So first of all, I will put the I will try to enter in the visual mode actually, because you have to enter in the visual mode, then and then only you can edit whatever you can want to if you want to do the edit. So for the entering the visual mode, I should press the V keyword. So after pressing the V keyword, you can see now I am entering the visual mode, but still I am not able to insert any kind of thing because I am only in the visual mode. But what if I want to manipulate this content? I need to first press the I keyword. After pressing the I keyword, you can see it shows me the insert. Now I can change whatever you can do. So I had just written some kind of random stuff here. So I just want to show you the example, and I will just remove the first line. Yeah, that is here. So yeah, after doing this manipulation in my file, so it will be also effect to my actual current file, which is in my folder, the Linux. So after doing this kind of thing, you have to save this. So there are some commands to save and quiet, which I need to show you. So you can see like if you want to save the changes, you have to click on the column and then W. After, if you want to save and quiet, you can do the column WQ. And if you want to quiet without the saving, you can do the column Q and the exclamation mark. So these are some of the keywords you have to do for save the changes. So right now I will save the changes and quiet. So I will write the command which is a column W and Q. So let me just escape from this. So I have come out from the insert mode. Now I will write the column WQ, and after I will press the enter. Okay, so it's not working. Maybe it is showing some. Okay, yeah, I should press the escape first, then I will just write the column and W. Okay, yeah. So right now I am exit from the file. I have exited the file, and now I will see that if I have any changes in the file. So yeah, you can see that this shows that the file has changed on the disk. Yeah, so that means that my file which I ever do, you can see like the content has been changed because I did the change on the terminal, not manually. Remember this, because I had changed those things in the terminal only. So this is how you can change from your terminal. You can see like I use the less command, then I move from the visual mode, then I move into the insert mode, so I can do the manipulation. And I did some kind of random stuff, and after the save and changes, I move on from that, and I just check, and it is there. So this is how you can done your manipulation in your terminal Linux with the help of the command less. So you have to remember those keywords also, those insert mode and all those etc stuff. Now moving on the next command, which is my file command. So what is the file command? Let me explain you that. So it determines the type of a file by examining its content and providing a description, such as whether it is a text file, binary file, or C file, or programming file, any kind of file it could be. So basically I just need to write the file command, then space, then I will write the name of the file in which I want to know the types of that file. So right now I will type the name of my file, which is the test file, just to see that what it will be show me the output, because you know that test file is the normal not txt file, so it will show me the normal txt file type. So I will just write the test and enter. So yeah, you can see that it shows me the ASCII text. So basically ASCII is the computer basically read the communicate you within the ASCII language. So yeah, that's why it is showing me the ASCII text. But what if I written the test.c or test.html, then it would be display the C type file or the HTML or the programming text. So this is the use of the basic of this file command. Now moving on the next command, which is our password command. So The password command is basically used to allow a user to change their password or manage the password related settings, such as enforcing the password complexity requirements. So when I write this password, and it's basically, like it is my root name, which is Shan. So when I write this password and I enter it, so it will be give me chance to change the password of my root directory, I mean the root name. So because I had already set the password, so I just don't want to change, but I will just show you that how it is possible for us to change the password. So I have enter, and it shows me the current password, so I will just type my current password. Of course it won't be display here because of the security purpose, but I will just write my password. Yeah, okay. Okay, so my password has been put it, and yeah, it is showing me the exact thing. Okay, I think there is something different because I have put it the wrong password, I think. Yeah, okay. So it is showing me the password authentication token manipulation error something. Yeah. So the reason behind this, because I had put it the current password, which is my actual right password, because I don't want to change. Then that's why it is showing me the password authentication error. So you can basically change the password after putting something different, because I put the same password, that's why it was showing me the same error. But you can change it by putting the some different password. So this is what this, so this was the about the password command, which you can change the password of your root directory name, just like my Shan. So now moving on the next command, which is pwd command. So this command is a short form of a printing working directory. It basically displays the current working directory, which is the directory that you are currently in. So right now I am in the directory which is the Linux. So it will be show me the path that I had from the home, then Shan, then Linux. So this is, it shows me the path of my directory. So this was the about the pwd command, and this is how you can use the command. Now moving on the next command. For that I need to come out from my directory. Okay, so this is something different. I will show you that after coming out from the cd, after typing the cd command, you can see that I had quite from the Linux, and after putting the pwd command, this Linux wasn't displaying because I was not in the Linux directory at that time, because I had exited from the Linux directory. That's why it is showing me the only home and the Shan. So yeah, this was the about my pwd command. Now moving on the next command, which is important for us. The main, basically the use of this command is to displaying the some kind of files, which for example I will take this file for our example. So this command is name is head. So it displays the first few lines of a file, and by default it shows the first 10 lines, but you can specify the number of lines with the n minus n option. So I will take my text editor and I will just try to add some more content so I can show you the 10 line commands. So let me just put some my programming. I will just copy this program, and I will just put it on my paste it on my current file which I want to display. Yeah, so I will just remove this and I will just press the enter. Okay, so you can see like I had copy and pasted here the programming, and I will just add some of the more so I can show you the. Yeah, so I will just save this. Okay, it is saved. Now I move to the terminal so I can show you the exam this. Okay, so now I will write the command, and after that I will give the space and write the name of the file whichever I want to show the content. So it basically show me the first 10 lines if I want, but I can also change that also if I don't want the 10 lines also. But let me just show you first the head command. So yeah, I will write the main command for that, cd, because right now I am in my root directory, so I need to redirect to my Linux. Then only I can access my test file. So I will write the head test. So as you can see, it has displayed the first 10 lines. You can count those lines also from this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So maybe you are thinking that it is not the 10 lines, but in this it also counts the spaces whichever you have given in your entire file. So there are the some spaces you can see, like my content, my name, and in between there is a space, so it also counts the space. So you have to be clarified with that also. So that's why after counting the space, it is been on the 10 lines. So this is how you can do the use of the command of this head. But if I want to display some more lines also, not only the 10, so I can basically write the minus n, and I just need to write the desirable lines. If I want to print the 20 lines, so I had written the 20, and now I will just press the enter. So you can see like it is showing me the first 20 line of my command with including this space also. So if you count those lines, you can see these are the 20 lines of my file. These are the first 20 lines of my files actually. So this is how it display the content whichever is in your file. But still we are not able to edit this right now because we are into in a normal way only. So right now this was the about the head command. I can also do some more also. If I want to print the whole code also, I can also do that. After I can just put this head command into the head, then minus n, then space, then I can give the n number of lines whichever I want to display, then name of the file. So it will be display the number of lines whichever you had initialized in your command. So let me just see if I want to display the whole command, then it would be from the last lines. Okay, so let it be there. Now we will move on the next command, which is our tail command. So basically tail command displays the last few lines of a file, right? So when I enter this, it is showing me the blank line. So the reason behind this, because I had given the space into the last line, so that is why it is showing me the spaces between them. So as I told that you have to be very clarified with your spaces you are given in the content, so it will, because it will be count these spaces. So this is the use of the tail, like it displays the last few lines of your file. By default it shows the last 10 lines, but you can specify the number of lines with minus n option, just like the head basically display the first top 10 lines, and tail basically display the last few lines. So after the backspacing the space, you can see that it is displaying the last 10 lines by default, because I haven't initialized any kind of number of lines. So by default it is printing the last 10 lines of your content of the file. So this is my last line, including with the spaces also. Yeah, so if I want to remove some if I like, you can see that this is the tail, and I can also print the whole from the last also, but you have to just give the number of more than number of lines which you had in your content of the file. So this is how you can use the tail and the header command, which is very useful for us to display the number of lines. So now our next command, which is about, let me show you. Yeah, it is the WC. Yeah, so the next command is about WC, which I have already told you about that how this WC command works. So basically WC command is the short form of the word count, as I told, which basically counts the number of lines, the words and the characters in a file, and you provide you through the standard input also. So the WC command basically you work on the syntaxes of a WC space your name of the file, whichever you want to count the number of lines, words and the characters. So I will just write the WC command, then I will give the space, then I will write the name of my file. So yeah, it is showing me the 44, 62, 590 and the name of the file. So basically what it denotes, the 42 is the number of my lines in the current file, the 62 is the number of words, and the 590 is basically the number of character in my file. So you can see like how this is how you can use the WC command for your reading the number of lines, characters and words available in your file. So this was the about your whole WC. Now the moving on the next command, which is the 2 exclamation mark. So this is basically a shorthand notation to repeat the last command executed in the terminal. So for example, here is the last command is a WC. So when I write this command and I will give the enter, so it will be display the same thing again, because the last command which is executed was the WC test. So it will be give you the whole command of the series. For example, I given the cd, then after that it is showing me again the cd command, because the last executable command was the cd, that's why it is showing me the cd command. So nothing it is more important for us. It is just basically shows you that which command was last executed after this before this executable command, the two exclamation mark. So at last the main our command is the history command. So you can see these are the commands. So after putting the history command, it will be show me the number of commands which I had used in my entire this Linux system. So you can see like this is the list of my history. Like for example, if you use the Chrome, so you had your history in your Chrome, whichever things you search on your Chrome. So as per the Linux has its own history, if you have to just write the history command and you will get the whole history and the whole list of the commands whichever had used. So these are the commands which I used to teach you about the Linux command. So this was the all the command list you can see. So this is how you can display the list of the commands previously you had used with the help of your history command. So guys, this was the all about the Linux. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe and comment if you like it. Thank you.